Each morning gives you a fresh blank page, a new chance to decide how your story will go. But the truth is, most people let the world write their story for them. They wake up and instantly scroll, compare, complain, and consume. Running through the park, they hand over their energy before they've even owned their day. If you want to change your life, you must first change your mornings. Running through the park. The very first thing you do each morning sets the tone, the rhythm, and the standard for everything that follows. Before you give your energy to the world, give it to yourself. Start your morning with stillness, gratitude, clarity, and purpose. Before the noise of the world enters, build your inner world. Reflect, breathe, move, plan, and affirm who you are becoming. Mornings are not just about routine, they are about alignment. When you win the morning, you win the day. And when you win enough days, you win your life. So, tomorrow when you wake up, don't just reach for your phone. Reach for your future. Do this first thing in the morning. Invest in you. The first hour after you wake up is the most precious, powerful, and influential window of your entire day. Yet it's the time most people give away without even realizing it. They roll over, grab their phone, start scrolling. Within minutes, their minds are flooded with emails, notifications, headlines, and other people's opinions. Without thinking, they've surrendered control of their inner world before they've even stood up. But if you want to transform your life, you must protect your mornings like a sacred ritual. That first hour belongs to you and no one else. It is the seed of your day, and what you plant, there will grow throughout the hours that follow. Think of it like priming a canvas before painting. If you start with chaos, your entire picture becomes messy. If you start with clarity, your day becomes intentional. When you claim your first hour, you declare that your energy, your focus, and your priorities come first. You shift from being reactive to being proactive. Instead of letting the world pull you in every direction, you begin your day rooted in calm, strength, and direction. This practice trains your mind to operate from a place of inner leadership instead of outer urgency. Use this time to nurture your mind, body. Keep it free of distractions. No noise, no drama, no demands. Even if all you can manage is 30 minutes, make them yours. This is your mental armor. It shields you from the chaos of the world. When you consistently guard this first hour, something amazing happens. Your mind becomes clearer, your mood becomes lighter, and your life becomes more aligned. You stop chasing the day and start leading it. So make it non-negotiable. Treat your first hour like gold. Because if you own your morning, you don't just change your day, you change your destiny. The moment you open your eyes in the morning, your mind is like soft clay, malleable, running through the park, impressionable and ready to be shaped. What you choose to feed it first becomes the foundation for the entire day. Is why practicing gratitude the very moment you wake up is not just a pleasant habit. It is a life-shaping ritual. Most people wake up and instantly dive into what they lack, the tasks unfinished, the bills due, the messages unanswered. Minds get swept into a current of scarcity, worry, and stress before they've even had a chance to breathe. They allow negativity to become the filter through which they see the entire day. But gratitude flips that script entirely. When you deliberately pause and name the blessings already present in your life, your health, your loved ones, the comfort of your bed, even simply the gift of waking up to another sunrise, you shift your emotional state from scarcity to abundance. You remind your brain that there is already enough, and this creates a powerful ripple. Your nervous system calms, your heart rate steadies, and your mind opens to possibility instead of fear. Science even backs this up. Practicing gratitude first thing activates neural pathways associated with joy, optimism, and motivation. Primes your brain to notice opportunities instead of obstacles. When you begin your day with thank you, Instead of, oh no, you set the tone for resilience and optimism. You stop chasing happiness and start creating it from within. This doesn't have to be complicated. Yeah, you could keep a morning gratitude journal on your nightstand and write down 3 things you're thankful for every day. Or simply sit in silence for a minute, hand on your heart, and whisper quietly, "Thank you for this new day. Thank you for this chance to grow. Thank you for one more opportunity to live fully." It's small, but the energy shift is enormous. Gratitude is like sunlight for your spirit. It melts away fear, thaws self-doubt, and warms the cold places inside you. Running through the park, when you start your morning with this warmth, you carry it like a shield through everything the day throws your way. Even challenges seem lighter when you are anchored in appreciation. So make gratitude your very first thought each morning. Don't let the world decide your mood. Decide it yourself by planting appreciation in your heart before anything else enters your mind. Because when you begin your day with gratitude, you don't just change your morning, you elevate your entire life. Running through the park. The way you treat your body in the first moments of your morning sets the physical and mental rhythm for everything that follows. While your mind might still be half asleep, your body holds the key to igniting your energy, sharpening your focus, and unlocking your motivation. That is why one of the most powerful things you can do first thing in the morning is move your body. Most people underestimate how profoundly physical movement affects their emotional state. They drag themselves from bed, feeling tired, groggy, unmotivated, and assume that means they're not morning people. But the truth is they're simply not activating their energy. Your body is like a sleeping engine. It won't roar to life until you press the ignition through movement. Even a few minutes of gentle activity can flush out the fog of sleep, increase blood circulation, and flood your system with endorphins, the natural chemicals of energy and happiness. This isn't just about building muscle or burning calories. It's about waking your inner power and signaling to your brain that it's time to rise, focus, and perform. When you move your body early in the day, you spark a chain reaction. Your heart rate rises, oxygen flows to your brain, your mood elevates, and your confidence strengthens. Physical activation literally rewires your mental state. You stop dragging through the day and start charging into it. It builds momentum, and momentum is the fuel of greatness. The best part is, this doesn't need to be extreme or time-consuming. You don't have to hit the gym for an hour or run miles at sunrise. It could be 10 minutes of stretching, yoga, push-ups, dancing to your favorite song, or simply walking outside while breathing in the morning air. The key is not the intensity, it's the consistency. You're teaching your mind and body that every morning begins with energy, strength, and self-respect. Over time, this ritual does more than wake your body. It shapes your identity. Running through the park, you begin to see yourself as someone who shows up for themselves before showing up for the world. And that shift in identity creates a ripple. Your discipline grows, your mindset sharpens, and your sense of self-worth strengthens. Movement is not just about fitness, it's about freedom. Shakes off yesterday's heaviness, clears the mental clutter, and reconnects you with your power. Every drop of sweat whispers, "I am alive, I am strong, I am ready." So before the world demands a single thing from you, move your body, stretch, breathe, walk, dance. Awaken your energy from within, because when your body is awake, your spirit rises with it, and you step into the day fully alive, fully present, and fully unstoppable. Your mind is the command center of your life, and in the early hours of the morning, it's like a blank slate, wide open and highly absorbent. What you pour into it first thing becomes the lens through which you see the rest of your day. That is why it's absolutely vital to consciously feed your mind before the world does. Most people wake up and immediately let the world flood in. Breaking news, endless notifications, social media drama, other people's problems. Before they've had a chance to even think for themselves, their minds are already crowded with noise, urgency, and negativity. They are being programmed, passively and unconsciously, by forces that do not have their peace, purpose, or potential in mind. Imagine starting your day differently. Imagine waking up and deliberately choosing what enters your mind. Imagine curating your first thoughts with intention, the way a gardener chooses which seeds to plant in fertile soil. Because your morning mind is fertile soil, and whatever you plant, there will grow stronger as the hours unfold. Feeding your mind means nourishing it with content that uplifts, strengthens, and inspires you. It can be reading a few pages of a powerful book, listening to a motivational podcast, writing in a journal, meditating on meaningful quotes, or reflecting on your long-term vision. Even 5 minutes of intentional learning or reflection can completely shift your mindset from reactive to empowered. When you begin the day by consuming something positive, you anchor your mind in possibility instead of problems. You remind yourself of who you want to become, not just what you must get done. This transforms your energy. You stop feeling like a machine just running through tasks and start feeling like a creator shaping your future. Over time, this habit becomes a powerful identity builder. Your mornings stop being chaotic and start becoming a daily mastermind session with your future self. Instead of being shaped by the world, you are shaping your world from the inside out. And when the challenges of the day inevitably appear, they hit a mind that is already centered, calm, armed with inspiration. It's important to understand the world will always try to feed your mind with distraction, fear, and urgency. But if you nourish your mind before the world gets a chance, you become mentally unshakable. You stop being pulled by chaos and start moving with clarity. So treat your mind like a treasure. Guard it. Protect what enters it first. Because when you wake up and choose what to think, what to read, and what to believe, you are not just preparing for the day, you are programming your destiny. Feed your mind before the world does, and watch how the world begins to follow your lead. If your morning is the launchpad for your entire day, clarity is the fuel that gets you off the ground. Without clarity, your day becomes like a ship drifting aimlessly at sea, busy, moving, but going nowhere meaningful. That is why one of the most powerful things you can do in the morning is to pause, step back, consciously plan your day with crystal clear intention. Most people start their days in reaction mode. They wake up, open their phones, and get pulled straight into other people's priorities. Emails, demands, messages, and emergencies that aren't even theirs. By noon, running through the park, they are exhausted and frustrated, yet they feel like they've achieved nothing that truly matters. This isn't because they're lazy or incapable. It's because they are living without direction. Plan and your day gives you back the steering wheel of your life. It's about shifting from reacting to everything to leading your day with purpose. When you take even 10 minutes each morning to map out your top priorities, set your intentions, and identify what truly matters most, you build a clear path forward. This clarity eliminates confusion, reduces stress, and transforms scattered effort into focused action. Start by asking yourself simple but powerful questions each morning. What are the 3 most important things I must complete today? What would make today feel successful? What am I doing today that brings me closer to my long-term vision? The writing your answers down makes them real, moves them from vague thoughts to visible commitments. This small act transforms your day from chaotic to intentional. Suddenly, you are not just reacting to the day's noise, you are conducting it like a symphony. Clarity also gives you emotional freedom. When you know what matters most, you stop wasting energy on what doesn't. Stop saying yes to every distraction and start saying yes only to what aligns with your purpose. Sense of direction brings calm confidence. You move through your day with focus, not frenzy. Over time, this practice compounds. Daily clarity turns into weekly progress. Weekly progress turns into monthly breakthroughs. And those breakthroughs eventually build into the life you dream of. Because greatness is not created in giant leaps. It's built in small, consistent days of intentional action. Planning your day is not about being rigid or controlling every second. It's about creating a framework that supports your growth, protects your energy, and reminds you of your why. When distractions try to pull you away, think of it like building a lighthouse for your day while the storms of life crash around you. Your clarity keeps you on course. So each morning, before the world demands a single thing from you, take a moment to choose your direction. Write it. Speak it. See it. Because when you lead your day with clarity, you don't just get more done. You get the right things done. And that difference is what builds a meaningful, extraordinary life. Every morning when you wake up running through the park, you are standing at the intersection of who you've been and who you are becoming. Most people let their minds automatically drift toward their past, the mistakes they've made, the doubts they carry, the labels they've been given. They allow old stories to dictate new days. But if you want to create a life that reflects your highest potential, you must begin each morning by affirming your future self loudly, clearly, and unapologetically. Affirmations are not just feel-good phrases, they are mental blueprints. Your brain is constantly wiring itself based on repetition. The words you repeatedly speak to yourself become beliefs, and your beliefs quietly shape every choice you make. That's why mornings are the perfect time to reprogram your inner voice. When your subconscious mind is open, impressionable, and ready to absorb new truth. Instead of starting the day remembering your failures, choose to declare your future identity. Say it as if it already exists. I am focused. I am disciplined. I am becoming stronger every day. I am capable of extraordinary things. Even if you don't fully believe these words at first, say them anyway. Because your subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is repeated. Over time, those declarations carve new neural pathways, and your actions will naturally begin aligning with your words. Visualization amplifies this even more. Take a moment each morning to see your future self in vivid detail. How they walk, how they speak, how they handle challenges, how they radiate confidence and purpose. Mental rehearsal conditions your mind and nervous system to respond as if that future self is already real. Soon, your current actions begin to match the person you are envisioning. When you affirm who you are becoming, you shift your focus from limitations to possibilities. You stop living from memory and start living from imagination and intention. You stop dragging your past into your present and begin pulling your future into it. This identity shift is where true transformation begins. Because we don't rise to the level of our goals, we rise to the level of our identity. This practice doesn't just inspire you, it anchors you. On days when life gets messy or discouraging, running through the park, these morning affirmations act as a compass that realigns you with your vision. They remind you of your direction when fear or self-doubt tries to make you forget. So each morning, before the world tells you who you are, decide it for yourself. Don't wait for confidence to appear. Create it by declaring who you are becoming. Speak it until you feel it, and act on it until you embody it. Because when your words, your mindset, and your actions unite around your future self, nothing can stop the person you are destined to become. Your morning is the most vulnerable, yet most powerful part of your entire day. It is the seed from which all your thoughts, emotions, and actions will grow. And just like a delicate seedling, it needs protection. The energy you allow into your world during those first precious moments can either nourish your spirit or poison it, and most people don't even realize how quickly negativity can seep in and sabotage their mindset before the day has truly begun. Think about how most mornings unfold: the blaring alarm, the frantic rush, the doom scroll through bad news and social media chaos, the instant mental flood of everything that could go wrong today. That negativity is like mental pollution. Once it enters your system, spreads quietly, clouding your focus, draining your energy, and triggering stress before you've even had breakfast. If you want to own your mornings and your life, you must treat your early hours like sacred space. Protect it like you would protect something priceless. Because it is. Start running through the park. The way you feel and think in the first hour after waking becomes the emotional tone that echoes throughout the rest of your day. Tone is fear, frustration, or chaos. It will color everything you do. But if it is calm, centered, and positive, energy becomes your armor. Start by building strong boundaries around your morning. No negative news, no toxic conversations, no gossip, no complaining, no checking messages from people who drain your energy. The world can wait. This time is for you to create peace before the storm. If that means turning off your phone for the first hour, do it. If it means avoiding certain people or places until your mindset is strong, that's self-respect, not selfishness. Instead, fill that protected space with what strengthens you: uplifting music, silence, nature, movement, affirmations, gratitude, planning, or reflection. Guarding your mental environment isn't about ignoring reality. It's about choosing which energy gets to influence you first. You become the gatekeeper of your own mind, letting in only what aligns with your highest self. Over time, this practice creates an emotional shield. Running through the park, you walk into the world not as someone bracing for chaos, but as someone who has already built their inner calm. When challenges come, and they will, you meet them from a place of strength, not stress. Negativity may knock on your door later in the day, running through the park, but it won't be able to live in you because your morning set your soul on fire before the world even had a chance to dim it. Protecting your morning from negativity is not about avoiding life, it's about owning your energy so that life can't control you. Running through the park, it's about leading your emotional state rather than being led by the emotional chaos of others. It's a declaration that you will begin your day as the strongest version of yourself, not the most reactive. So build a fortress around your first hour. Guard your mind, shield your soul. Because when you protect your morning from negativity, you don't just defend your peace, you multiply your power. And from that place of strength, you can step into the day unstoppable, unshakable, and fully alive. Every day you wake up, life gives you a choice: to drift through the morning on autopilot or to rise with purpose, discipline, and intention. The first moments of your day are not small, they are sacred. They shape how you think, how you feel, how you show up, and ultimately, who you become. When you claim your first hour, when you practice gratitude, move your body, feed your mind, plan your day, affirm who you are becoming, and protect your energy from negativity, you are not just creating a better morning, you are forging a stronger version of yourself. You are telling the world, I am in control of my life. I will not be pulled by chaos. I will be guided by purpose. Understand this: greatness is not built in grand moments. It's built in quiet mornings. In the silence before the world wakes up, you are sculpting your mindset, sharpening your discipline, and fueling your dreams. What you do in that sacred space determines how powerfully you walk into everything else. So, think tomorrow, make a decision, Do not give your mornings away to noise, distraction, or negativity. Make them yours. Guard them. Fill them with gratitude, strength, clarity, and vision. Because when you own your morning, you begin to own your day. And when you own your days, you begin to own your destiny. Wake up not just to exist, but to rise. Wake up not just to survive, but to lead. Wake up and remind the world and yourself that you were born to be unstoppable.